Welcome, Padawans. We're just going to do a quick breakdown of the Star Wars Squadrons reveal trailer. I'm going to go through it a little bit and go over a little bit of the information that we've heard from Star Wars and EA, and also like an IGN article. I believe they're have some inside information, and then so we're going to watch it. I'm going to break it down, slow it down a couple times, and let's jump right into it. I should mention, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. I'm going to stop it every once in a while and go over what we're seeing. So it's going to be a little choppy. If you want to check it out, it's on EA's page, their YouTube, so you can watch the whole thing. All right. So we get a little X-Wing TIE Fighter dogfight right here. Pretty cool. His TIE Fighter has the red paint on his helmet, which is a little unusual. Also, if we wanted to get into the specifics, the X-Wing pilot also has some blue starbirds on her helmet, and she has some green markings too. Flying through like an asteroid field, but it looks like it's like a double ring planet, which I don't think we've seen before. This is also weird looking, right? It's like the asteroid, the ring, the asteroid belt like falls off. You know, it's tough to tell their angle to the planet here, so maybe that's kind of like a distortion, but it almost looks like something's happening to the planet.
I can't shake them. Giving engines full power.
So this is cool too. So this is a little gameplay. This is definitely a hint at what's going on in the gameplay here. She says I'm going to give engines full power to give her a boost. So it looks like in the game we're going to be able to kind of divert power to different things, which would be really neat. Here, you know, the blue is obviously probably engines because that's what she's doing here. Red, I would assume, is weapons. And green would be shields. So that'll be neat in the strategy of the game, just kind of playing with those things and trying to get a feel for just the depth of it compared to like the Starfighter Assault in Battlefront 2, which was super basic. You know what I mean? So this is exciting. This should add some depth. This is also pretty neat because I noticed this watching it through like the second or third time. He's just got blue and red, which it looks like he's in a TIE Interceptor, which wouldn't probably have shields. So you got power and weapons basically, which is a nice little touch because that was kind of the whole thing with the TIEs, right? That they had no shields. You needed to be a good enough pilot not to get hit.
This is gonna be close.
There are those blue starbirds. We get to see, you know, some Corvettes. We see a bunch of Acquaintance class Star Destroyers, which are big in Rebels. You know, we got a U-Wing over here, X-Wing, A-Wing. We see a Y-Wing a little bit later. So those look like they're going to be the playables for the New Republic side.
Pilots. You are the M.
So that right there is kind of in this trailer, the main character. They did say that they're going to be customizable. So it'll be interesting to see if the name changes, if you get to pick the name or the name kind of stays the same and you kind of can customize what they look like. Couldn't figure out exactly who this is. It's taking place. What we know is it's taking place after the Battle of Endor. They don't say anything about the Battle of Jakku, so I would assume it's in that time frame. And there's a couple other things that lead me to believe that it's in there, but we're not positive. The story, you know, could take place over X amount of years or months.
Strength.
Trying to figure out who this is too. If she's a character from maybe Alphabet Squadron. She's got the scarring on her face. Haven't picked up anything yet, but it'll be interesting to see.
We do not accept defeat.
We got one of hers, the New Republic squad members. This is a Mimbanese guy from actually the planet that's in Han Solo, but also their type, his alien species is in the Cloud Riders and might have been in the Mandalorian, but definitely in the Cloud Riders. Mimbanese from Mimban. He's obviously got a droid arm, so he's been through some combat, it looks like. This is interesting too. This over here, the guy all the way to the left may be Wedge. Not positive. This is the character right here. she is the main character in this trailer. So again, customizable or not, we'll have to see. That looks like Hera right here. And this could be Akbar, could be another Moncall. What's cool about this is because of they told us that basically the TIE Squadron is Titan Squadron, and the New Republic Squadron is called Vanguard Squadron, which we actually have heard of from the book Alphabet Squadron, and they are based off of Hera's Lodestar, which is an old style, I forget the exact classification of the ship, but like a Star Destroyer looking thing. And this most certainly is Hera with her flight cap and her outfit. That's definitely Hera. And this is also, so they may be off the same thing. So it should be interesting to see how it pairs up with Alphabet Squadron, and see if any of the characters are included in the future Alphabet Squadron book. And if we get any of the Alphabet Squadron included in the single player, which would be neat. This is also neat. We haven't seen, I don't know if we've seen them at all. I think they were in a game, but this is the Starhawk, which is like the main ship for the New Republic. This plays a huge role. A bunch of these play a huge role at the Battle of Jakku, and we really haven't seen them like animated or anything. So like it's really neat to see this. Hopefully we get some more of that.
We fly for hope. For the new.
So here we get to kind of see that a little bit of confirmation, right? We got a U-wing, Y-wing, X-wings, A-wings. So those look like the playable. And on the Star Wars website or the EA website, it kind of breaks it down, and it looks like those are the playable ships, which will be neat.
Public.
This is the Reaper, the TIE Reaper. So it looks like the TIE Reaper, TIE Reaper, TIE Bomber, TIE Interceptor, and the normal TIE are going to be the squadron, playable squadron vehicles for the Empire side. This is interesting though, because the Reaper was like a troop carrier. So, but I guess that kind of equals the U-wing, right? Because the U-wing was a troop carrier too. So we'll see. Probably heavy weapons on this, I would imagine.
Vengeance will be ours.
This is a battle over some planet. This could be Yavin, because we see, or Yavin 4, because we see a Yavin. Yavin is confirmed, Yavin Prime, and we see it a little later. I'll show you. These almost look like those, a version of those climate disruptor arrays that were used in Operation Cinder. So that'd be really interesting, because if this is between Endor and Jakku, this was going on across the galaxy. So I wonder if they're here basically trying to fend off the New Republic so that the climate disruptor arrays can do work and destroy planets. That'd be super interesting if you're trying to protect these while it like ruins a planet. So we got Wedge right here, which is also a cool shout out. This would also be neat because, again, that timeline places him before the Aftermath series where he goes to Akiva and gets into all that trouble and stuff like that. I'm not sure how much he flies after that in canon, if it's ever really noted. I think he becomes more of an instructor. So this would be cool. This is when the height of Wedge, really. This looks like inside some structure. This could very well be Coruscant, which would be really neat. It definitely looks like the same kind of designs that we see in Coruscant in the main, in the prequels. So that'd be neat.
Is that moment.
This looks like some kind of Corvette staging, Corellian Corvette staging facility, or even looks like they may be manufacturing them here. So you may go on a hit to try to take out the supplies.
Shot. History.
5 pilots.
All right, so here's your squad. Here's the New Republic squad. We have 2 humans or near humans. This looks like a Miralin, like Barriss and Luminara Unduli. Definitely Trandoshan here. And here's that Mimbunnies that I was talking about with the robotic arm. So pretty cool aliens to bring in. A Trandoshan's interesting, and Mimbunnies is definitely pulling it from some canon that's out there now, which is really neat. And yeah, so this is a cool little squadron. This predictably is all human, or at least very near human, in the Imperial navy, that'd be pretty standard. This looks like the girl with the scarring, so we'll still try to figure out if she's in something, if we can find something about a scarred TIE pilot. Because Titan Squadron, I don't think there's anything on it yet, but I would assume there's some part of, or maybe we'll get a little play into Shadow Squadron, or Shadow Wing, which was a pretty big part of Alphabet Squadron. It's the main antagonist. This guy is huge, comparably to the other ones. So I don't know if this guy's like maybe a former Death Trooper, like the 7-foot guys. I mean, he is a big dude. He also is the only one with a helmet on, so maybe he's non-human.
Squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
So this is what I was talking about. I think, yeah. So I think this is Yavin Prime. I think this is actually the gas giant that we see in A New Hope that the Death Star is trying to get around to hit Yavin 4, or maybe a different moon. It looks a little blue for Yavin 4. Yavin 4 is a little greener, but still, I mean, tough shot to really pick that out. But they confirmed Yavin's in it, so I would assume this is a big battle on Yavin, which is pretty neat. In the gas giant. Badass shot of the Star Destroyer. Yeah, so super cool. Couple things just to go over to finish it up. We definitely have a couple things confirmed from EA or Star Wars website. Okay. Customizable main characters. So that'll be interesting to see if you can completely change them or if it's just like little customizations. Like they did say they'd be like suit customizations and ship customizations, which we'll get into in a second here. But they then write specifically the main characters will be customizable. So that'll be interesting. Like I mentioned in the video, Vanguard Squad for the New Republic, Titan Squad for the Imperials. Pretty clearly after, I mean, they say after the Battle of Endor, but it seems like it's before Jakku. The battle for Jakku, so it should be a fledgling New Republic and kind of the different fractions of the Imperial Navy still left. Could be going on during Operation Cinder, like we mentioned. Seems like it's the Lodestar that you'll be based off of because that lines up with Alphabet Squadron, so it'll be interesting. And Hera being in that one scene, so that'd be interesting if that's kind of the whole story. You're following Hera's Lodestar missions. And right along Alphabet Squadron, which would be really neat. Yavin Prime was confirmed, like I said, so that's probably that gas giant that you see flying at the end, everybody flying through at the end. Single player story, but main focus is multiplayer. But it definitely seems, the single player story seems to, you're going to be able to play from both sides in that storyline, so that'll be interesting. The main focus definitely seems to be multiplayer with this 5v5 combat, so it should be a little bit more strategic than just like Starfighter Assault from Battlefront 2. Which is good. I think that's good. The other thing, it seems to be heavily focused on first person. Now, whether that's just them saying like they prefer people to play first person or you have to play first person would be pretty neat because I love the immersion of first person starfighting, but like I can only do it for so long in like those multiplayer games because you have such an advantage with the third person view of seeing where you're getting shot from and stuff like that. So it'd be really neat if it is locked into first person. It would add a lot of different strategy and having to kind of like fly like you would actually have to fly, not a video game where you can see your, you know what I mean, the whole outside. And that goes along with the whole thing is, I guess, going to be tied into VR, also crossplay. So, you know, your friends on Xbox or PS4 or PC, you can all play together. So that's pretty cool. They did say a lot of customization for the ships, probably paint jobs, weapon upgrades, stuff like that. Also like cockpit decorations. So the cockpit views can change and stuff like that. So that'll be neat. And they did say that probably because of all the complaints of Battlefront 2's, you know, initial kind of pay to win scheme, that everything's kind of, there's a clear path and all gameplay is unlocking this stuff. Not to say that you can't pay for some stuff. I'm sure they'll have a paid option, but it is good to hear that not only will you be able to lock all this stuff just through the game, but also that it's not, that there's a clear path. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be random, just play 1,000,000 hours. You know what I mean? You can maybe set your sights on something that you want and go after it. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's all we have. We'll definitely get into the details more and as more stuff comes out on our normal podcast. But we just wanted to get this out there and kind of go over it for you. All right, later, Padawans.